Hello, this is Gerald Jo van Was. Knowing that every letter demands a kind of action reaction, has a kind of sorts of focus. There are three sorts of focuses. There's one where you have a steady focus into one point. There's one which has two focuses, and there's another one which has three focuses, which demands a different action and reaction. And every word that we choose, based upon the letters that it contains, will also respond, ask a kind of response from you, that you act accordingly, that you understand the thing accordingly. The first nine letters are into this one-pointed focus, which also makes it a factuality that you have your point of a starting point. So what you do mostly as a behavior, you start to push it as if it's your reality. The other thing with two focuses, so there are also 9 positions and 10 letters that fit to that idea, which they build up really slowly and in logic and in complexity. Here you have the kind of behavior more that is expected from you, because you have to move things and so on in a time context. It asks in some way a kind of responsive action, so that things can change and move towards the places that it can be used more properly or be understood more properly, and so on. In a 1, 2, 3 focus, we behave completely different. It's more like, okay, we have already a reality. It repeats itself. It repeats itself like almost like it's becoming a rule. There's becoming a rule recognized there. On the other hand, the measurements are a bit loose at the end. So it's hard to measure as something that is the same everywhere, because you have to it has to fit somewhere. There's something repetitive, so you have to find the pattern. And how do you find the pattern? Not by measuring it like in the first level, or by trying out in the second level. Here it is more like, okay, when we have a good response and we have an interaction, then when the feedback is followed up well, we can also find where it works. So that's another kind of thinking, and some letters are used for that. And we will use the word spoon, which starts from that last category, where we need first the idea of feedback. This is based upon feedback, and it's based upon also a place where this feedback occurs. And this place is usually, quite far away in the distance, because there it is these global general rules where we respond to. At a certain point, we will find out where is the best time and place to play something, and to place something in time and place. And that's where the S is appearing. You have it there, the last letter there on the top of this whole scheme where I have it resumed. So it comes from all sides, actually, not just from two. It comes from all sides. The influence is the biggest. It's at the end of the system. It's that feedback system which will dominate completely. It will dominate, so the influence will come in, and it will be responded somewhere where it will materialize itself. Finally, that's the unpredictable part, the part that is somewhat reasonable, that you can follow. It is the follow-up. So you have something that comes in. Let's see it now just from one side. It comes in somewhere. There's a feedback influence, and that you have to respond to. And where do you have to respond to? That's because that's the only thing that we already know. The S is that thing that will request it from us, that it will be somewhere from the outside. There will be an outside influence, and there we will respond to, like we had it already in the shoe. Comes from the outside. We have an influence, and we adapt to it. Here also we will adapt to something that comes to it, and we will have to respond to. What will we do in this responsive behavior? We will produce something. We will produce here something in the P. The S is combined with the P. The P, what is the P? P is at the end of all of movements and things that we follow up. We make a decision that we have at the end of a process. We want to have something that comes out, that we have something that we can take out from the end process and make as a conclusion and do something with it probably, or at least follow it up. That's what the P will do. So there, the end of a certain process, we will make that decision there. We know how the spoon looks like if you follow the form. It has this kind of waves also. It is like the waves are fitting to the letter S of the influence that you come to it. You have also spoons that are straight, and at the end you have that container actually where the pop up, where we'll take something out, with which we also will take something out via that P at that decisive process. But how will it be done? It will be done via O. The O is a movement. We have a starting point of a movement. It's the double O. It will have a starting point of movement. It will follow that movement the whole time. It's pronounced not as O, but as U, and U is more emphasized on the container. Also, the container, which is gradually, as U sound, gradually followed up at a certain point. It's filled in via the U, but based upon the timing. So we will fill the spoon after a certain time. What will we do in the end? The end result will be that we indeed take a physical thing out of it. The N is from the first category of movement. It's a movement from the physical plane, so it will move something from the physical plane to use it. In general, the second part is always about material that you take out as a choice, as a highlight. You take that out so that you can use it as a physical thing, and that's what we'll do also in the spoon. We will take some material, some content of material. The N is mostly translated very well as content, and I want to give something a content so that we can use it at certain points in time, because that's also the association what you have. You have material, first level. You have the second degree is of course that material. The ground level is about you start from space with its physical reality, where you have N, the material that you take out, and it's about movements that you take out to engage somewhere, to engage it into to a certain role that you can give it, that you can give it a purpose, and so on, via this letter N. And basically, without the background, you can recognize, of course, where the spoon is. We also have this, where the S is actually also, again, this interaction field that you adapt to and find something, and you find your own place and time that you can take some material out from somewhere so that you can use it somewhere. That's basically what the spoon is. More is not needed. It's clear enough, I think, why these letters are S-P-O-O-N are there in the word spoon. Thanks again for watching. Bye.